We was on this small boat in probably 8-foot swells, 8 to 9 foot swells offshore. They were long. Over there, they're not like the Gulf of Mexico, they're long swells, but still, they're big. They usually only like to go a few miles offshore and hit boats closer to shore. Well, again, that's what leads me to believe that we was set up because they was way beyond their norm. But we're heading in and we come up on a shrimp boat. A couple of guys stand up and start firing their weapons into the air. Well, the captain of the shrimp boat comes out with his hands up. 2 of the guys get off out of our speedboat onto the shrimp boat, attach the line to the bow of the speedboat, and we get underway. Now they're having this shrimp boat tow us. They're towing us because my captors, the militants, they're lost. Come to find out that captain on that shrimp boat was having engine problems. So he couldn't tow us no further. So we leave them and we come up on a second shrimp boat. Same thing. They start firing weapons in the air. The captain stops the boat. They hook up the tow line. I think that captain was also having electronic problems with his GPS. So we get off them and we go and we get to another shrimp boat, after being out on the water in this boat from 9, I think we left our ship at 9 o'clock in the morning and we didn't arrive to the shoreline until about 4 o'clock that afternoon. So we get to the shoreline, he decides he's going to try to make it into this creek. Well, we're going into this creek, we're going along, we're sailing up and down these swells, and he runs aground on our little boat. Well, he just waits for the next swell, and we sail on in, and finally we're in the river. Well, once we get in the river, he has me and my engineer lay down inside the boat. We're laying in diesel fuel and everything that had been spilled in there, and they cover us with a tarp. When we finally come up on what will be our first camp, and they let us come out from underneath the tarp, they had probably 8 or 10 of the militants standing on this man-made pier, just jumping for joy and cheering like they just won the lottery. And I knew at that point it was going to be bad.